Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Maitri and I'm very passionate about tabletops and I'm learning to be a better GM, better player, and a better person. And I want to share with you some of the cool stuff that I've been learning. Today I want to talk about something that might creep up on all of us without us meaning for it to, which is being an adversarial GM. I know that's sort of a term that kind of harkens back to like almost a different era of gaming, like some grognardy throwback. But like, I've definitely caught myself in some like habits that have made me kind of pause and think. And because I think they are worth examining, I wanted to share because maybe it might be interesting for you to hear what I've got myself doing. And before I proceed, I really want to be clear, like, this is not about calling out anyone. These are patterns I've caught myself doing, and maybe I'm not alone. Let's just have a gentle, non judgmental check in. No shame, no blame, just like awareness and observation, giving us, an opportunity for reflection. Number one, prioritizing the story over player choices. I'm so guilty of this. Like, and you've done the prep, you've got this like incredible plot thing planned, like you have these amazing NPCs in mind, and you have this really powerful scene that you've been kind of building towards. And then the players zig instead of a zag. It's so tempting to steer them back, to protect and preserve the story you've worked so hard on and you are fairly certain might land well. But like sometimes in doing that, we end up closing off potentially some really creative and unexpected play just because it doesn't really fit the original plan. And sort of bigger than this, it kind of cuts off player agency, which is really the crux of it all, which is whether player choices like matter or not, they need to be able to happen. And then ultimately, like, the next step is having them matter. But if you take all that stuff away, then what even is the point? So it's definitely happened on my table. Like, if that's ever happened at your table, know that you are not alone. It is worth asking, is the story more important than the collaboration? Or can the story flex to make room for what your friends, what your table is bringing to bear? Number two, accidentally creating unsolvable mysteries. You've presented a great mystery, but the players are stuck. And, they're kind of spinning their wheels, and part of you maybe thinks, why are they not getting it? It's so fucking clear if they just paid attention. And this is a super easy trap to fall into because, like, the clues and logic and the links make total sense to you. You develop them. So much so that sometimes you hide the solution without meaning to. Or we assume a connection is obvious because it's obvious to us having created it, but it might not be to someone who's receiving it. Really, it's not about dumbing things down. It's just about making sure there is a path forward, ideally more than one. If you've kind of presented a mystery and you've seen those sort of long silences and sort of blank stares around the table, this might be what's happening. Number 3. Well, that was anticlimactic. The player sort of breezed through an encounter you thought would be tough, whether it's a mental challenge, a social challenge, or a physical one. And you catch yourself thinking of the way they beat it or how easily they beat it. Basically, their success as a problem. And then you sort of instinctively reach for ways to correct their success to keep things challenging. But so, by making things harder to get to or, whatever it is. But like, this kind of success is a reward for the challenges you've already put in front of them. It's a testament to how much they've grown and how powerful they've gotten in your game. Or their dice was on fire. Sometimes that happens, and that's awesome. Either way, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing that players are succeeding. If you realized yourself in any of these, fuck man, it's so nice to not feel alone. Thank you. First of all, I think we've kind of all heard these horror stories about, GMs kind of see players and people like they need to like beat them. Obviously, like, no one's sitting here like twirling your mustache and like tying players to railway tracks and like being a cartoon villain about it all. But like, these are all kind of modern, more subtle versions of putting your shit ahead of the players, which fundamentally is what adversarial GMing is. And honestly, it doesn't mean you failed as a GM if you're doing this stuff or if you have done this. It means that there are quantifiable areas for you to improve in, especially when we're trying to run something kind of ambitious or complicated or meaningful. If it's just a beer and pretzels game, like, whatever, who cares? But like, if you want to run something that has meaning to it, then it's worth at least kind of thinking about how you show up as the GM. The more you notice, the more you can adjust, is really basically all it comes down to. And then the game gets better for everyone, including you. So, this was kind of a hard one, actually. So thank you for hanging out, and thank you for thinking through all of this with me. If you like this video, consider subscribing. If you don't like notifications or subs, I do have a backlog of stuff. I also have an audio-only podcast format or written blog if that works better for you for like app access or accessibility or anything like that. I'm also in a couple of APs, links to all of that in the description. Otherwise, thank you again for hanging out. Come see me again soon. Bye.